Hi guys, I'm K. Me and N are going to be discussing our personal picks for this presidential election 2023. I'm definitely a Bala Ahmed Tinubu a supporter, and then I would explain briefly. But before I do, I want you, the listeners, to remember that these are all personal opinions, and please listen to understand and not to respond. I will start by saying why I do not feel Peter Obi is the man for the job. I agree with his supporter that he seems to be a good-hearted person. Let's not forget that he's still a politician. We all feel a certain way about politicians until we see the one we like. But I agree, he seems to have good intentions. He seems to be a good-hearted person. But as the president, let's take sentiments out. Being the president of a country this corrupt is not a joke. Unless we want to see the repeat of a good luck Jonathan, or even better yet, a Buhari. We all know Buhari is Muslim. We know he was a military man. And the man entered there and he balked under the pressure. He couldn't handle it. Because, we think that being the president is just, it's just a game. But no, this man will have to worry about all the cabals and all the people with self-interest. And, I personally don't think he's ready for that pressure. But on the other hand, I think Bola Ahmed Tinubu has kind of shown us with his fight against PDP, getting into power and then, putting the right people in place with the likes of Fashola and Sanwo-Olu and others. I'm not vouching for the man's character as a human. Nobody should. We should not throw stones when we all live in glass houses. But if we are going to remove sentiments and look at both of them and their work as politicians, I would always pick Tinubu over Peter Obi. Always. At least for now. My hope is if Tinubu does win, he goes there and, hopefully implements some of the structures that he did while in tenure and after in Lagos State. And that's the hope. We all want the best for Nigeria. But, let my brother speak on, maybe if he disagrees or why he will vote or why he voted for Peter Obi.
All right, guys. My name is N, and I'm delighted to engage in this debate with my brother and friend K, over who will make a better president between Tinubu and Peter Obi. My brother and friend K had chosen Tinubu and APC, but then I strongly disagree with him because I feel that Peter Obi will make a better president than any of the persons presenting himself or herself to run for the president of Nigeria. And I have my reasons, and these reasons are visible to the blind and audible to the deaf. Peter Obi was one-time governor of Anambra State for 8 years. And after he left office, after the many things he did in Anambra State, after all of the transformations, after he left office, there's a legacy that he has left that no governor has outdone. Okay, and that speaks for him every now and then. And besides the fact that he was governor of Anambra State, he was also able to raise leaders. When people say Tinubu was able to raise leaders, people need to understand that there's a difference between leaders and politicians. So what Tinubu basically did was to just put people in place as politicians so that he can always have access to the state. Now, that's not the leadership style of Peter Obi. Peter Obi is this person who believes that leadership is about service. So you serve and go back to your business. Being a politician shouldn't be a profession. It should be a call to service. I think I need to make that point very clear at this point. Now, besides that, at this time and age in Nigeria, when Nigeria is arguably the corruption headquarters of the world, we need a different breed of politician. And that is why each time Peter Obi is mentioned, there seems to be this aura of integrity, of character, of competence, hovering around him. Everybody can feel it. Everybody can see it. It's only amazing why so many other people who oppose Peter Obi don't seem to see these things. If millions of elites, Nigerian elites, if millions of Nigerian youth, if millions of Nigerian intellectuals can say this, I'm wondering why so many of my other friends who are elites, who are intellectuals can't say this. We need a leader who, who will stand against corruption and fight it to the last. Peter Obi will always tell us that if you are not corrupt, your family members are not corrupt, you don't have people around you who are corrupt, you have fought corruption by almost 50%, and that is true. Okay, we know what Peter Obi is associated with, that he doesn't give shishi, and he doesn't give a damn. We need that kind of politician at this time, because this is the only type of politician who will stand against corrupt people. Because once you have people who are, if you are corrupt, or you have friends who are corrupt, you will obviously compromise at some point. Okay, so the point is that Peter Obi remains someone we need at this time in Nigeria. A president who is strong, who is healthy, who is competent. We want a president who can interface with the people. We want a president who will be able to stand and explain to us the policies, the blueprints he has for the people. And not a president who is shying away from interfacing with the people that he chooses or he is interested in leading. And I think Peter Obi represents all of this. We've seen how far he has gone, how strong he has been able to stand and explain his blueprint and explain his mission and vision for the country. He's been able to answer questions, he's been able to prove to people that if he could do it in Anambra State, he can do it in Nigeria. So I feel strongly that Peter Obi is that brand of president that Nigeria needs at this time. Someone who is healthy to face the numerous challenges that the country is being faced with at this time. So we don't need a president who will be followed around by a caregiver or a chaperone. We don't need a president who will be running out of the country every now and then for medical treatment. I mean, we know what we went through in the hands of the present administration. So we need a president who is on ground to sort out the problems of Nigeria. All right. And I think and I strongly believe that Peter Obi is that man. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you very much for listening to this short debate on who will make a better president between Tinubu and Peter Obi. These are our personal opinions, and we are all entitled to these opinions. We respect the right of people to express themselves, express their opinions about things that are happening in their country. So we also understand that a lot of us might have different views on who will make a better president in Nigeria. So if you think Tinubu or Peter Obi will make a better president, go to the comment section and give us your reasons. We will appreciate that. Thank you very much, and we look forward to seeing you in our next video.